Hey guys, it's Jess. This topic was requested by Dylan Scholl. I think that's how you pronounce it. He's a subscriber and he asked me if I could do a video where I kind of do my dream cast for Mockingjay. I chose to just kind of stick to the main additions that will be in Mockingjay. Not that I know if all of these people will actually be in the film, but I would like them to all be in the film. I'm going to start off with who I'd like to see as Annie. As far as we know, Annie will not be in Catching Fire. There has been no casting for her and there's been no sort of talk about whether she will be in the film or not, so I don't really know whether she'll be in Catching Fire or not. But if she hasn't been cast in Catching Fire and they're not keeping it secret, then for Mockingjay I'd like to see Felicity Jones as Annie. Felicity Jones looks very much how I pictured Annie in the books, and she has these beautiful green eyes and this lovely dark hair, and she looks a lot like how I pictured Annie in the books. Next we have President Al McCoy of District 13, and hands down there is no other actress I would love to see in this role more than Joan Allen. She is just the exact vision I have for Coin. I saw her, I think the only thing I've really seen her in is Death Race, and I was watching it with my brother one day and she came on screen and she actually had like the blonde bob as described in the books, and she was just, I was like, that's President Coin? I'll try and get a picture of her in that film because I feel like she had such a presence in that film. She was very authoritative and very controlling and perfect for Al McCoy. I have a few actors that I could see as Boggs, one being Paul Bettany. I love Paul Bettany and I think he'd do a brilliant job as Boggs, but I also would love to see Christopher Eccleston. Most of you, well, I'm not sure if most of you would know, but his most well-known role was Doctor Who. I'm a big Doctor Who fan and I absolutely loved him as Nine, and oh, he would make an amazing Boggs. He just kind of has that Boggs face to me. I don't know. When I read the books, I picture someone very similar to Christopher Eccleston, and he is a really good actor. I think he'd do Boggs' character proud if he was cast. Next is Commander Paler, and I also have a couple of people I would like to see as Paler. The thing about Paler is she's young, but she's a very smart woman and she kind of shows it in her authority over people and the way people just trust her. So for that role you kind of need someone who will really give off that essence. And for me that would either be Michelle Rodriguez. I find that she is like a kick-ass actress. To me, Michelle Rodriguez makes an excellent sort of authoritative character. She really does the out there roles really well, and she makes a great leader, which Commander Paler is. But also I'd really like to see someone like, I'm really sorry if I say her name wrong, but I don't really know how to pronounce it, but Danai Gurira. I think she's most well known for her role in The Walking Dead. She plays Michonne, and she is also a really badass female actress, and I think she'd be really good for the role of Paler as well, with the authoritative leadership role. Now for the rest of Squad 451, you don't really get that many descriptions of the characters' appearances, so it was kind of hard for me, but Mitchell and Holmes are two kind of older guys. So for Mitchell I chose Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think he's a really good actor. He does the action category quite well, and he always seems to be dying in whatever he's in, so he fits Mitchell. And for Holmes I chose Michael Logan. For anyone that watches Teen Wolf, he plays Gerard Argent in it, and he's really good at action as well. He's more mature, obviously, but so was Holmes. And he just has this sort of presence when he's on screen, like he knows what he's doing, which I think is important with all the members of Squad 451. Now League 1 and 2, blonde sisters that kind of look similar. I was originally thinking like of trying to find actress twins, but it's too hard because I haven't seen any in roles, but I have two actresses that are blonde that look so similar that they'd actually like could pass as sisters. So for League One, I chose Natalie Dormer, and oh, I adore Natalie Dormer. She is flawless in whatever she's in. The Tudors, Game of Thrones. She's recently been in Elementary. She's an amazing, amazing actress. She's also quite a kick-ass female, and she'd be great in action scenes. For League Two, I picked an actress that actually reminds me a lot of Natalie Dormer in appearance, so it would kind of work if they were portrayed as sisters, and that is Elizabeth Hanoi. I think that's how you say her last name. I first saw Elizabeth Hanoi in One Tree Hill back in, like, I don't know what season she was in, like season 4 maybe, and she was quite young then, but I think they look so much alike, it's quite creepy. Katniss is saying that she can't really tell them apart except for either League 1 or League 2. One of them has some like a gold fleck in their eye. But I think they do a great job as portraying League 1 and 2 and the sisters and the similarities they have. For Lime, I didn't even have to think about who I'd love to see in this role. Lime is described as a middle-aged previous victor of District 2 with a face you don't easily forget. And for me, hands down, that is Tilda Swinton. She just has one of those faces that just embeds in your mind, and you can never fit. It's such a intricate face. She has such interesting features, and she also has a fierceness sort of to it, and I think she'd be great for Lime. Now last of all, we have our camera crew. So for Cressida, I picked Christine Horn, and Cressida has her head shaved with vines kind of going through it, and I didn't want to pick an actor with a shaved head just because they have a shaved head, and that's what she's described as, because like anyone can shave their head or they can add a bald cap or something. Christine Horn has short hair anyway, but I feel like she has one of those faces that she'd be able to pull off like a bald head. And for people of the capital, I feel like the more interesting their faces are, the more it looks like they are from the capital and that they've had like work done or something. So she'd be my pick. And I never know how to pronounce his name. Like, is it Masala or Mashala, or I don't know, whatever his name is. I picked Daniel Sharman for him because he's quite young, and again, he has quite a striking face. Now, I love Daniel Sharman. He is off Teen Wolf, and he is like my favourite character on that show, apart from Styles. He has a really interesting face and quite a strong jaw that if they put all the piercings that Masala has, it still wouldn't take away from his facial features, and I think that's important to have for people from the capital. Okay, last two, Castor and Pollux. Now, I kind of had a hard time finding people for this role because I can't really find anyone that looks like what I pictured, but I found two actors that I thought would do a good job. So first for Castor, I picked Damian Lewis. He does have the physical appearance of that Castor's described with, and he's also a phenomenal actor. I don't know if he's too... I never know what age Castor and Pollux are supposed to be. Like, I feel like they're still quite young, so Damian Lewis is almost 40, I think, and so that wouldn't exactly work. I really don't know, like, how old did you guys picture Castor and Pollux? For Pollux, I picked Eddie Redmayne, and Eddie is quite similar to how I pictured Pollux. He would just have to put on some weight because Eddie is really skinny, and Pollux and Castor are both described as being quite burly. But yeah, if you grew like a beard on Eddie and like beefed him up a bit, I think he'd actually make a really good Pollux. I just realised I forgot Jackson from Squad 451. For Jackson, I picked Marcia Gay Harden. Now Jackson is described to be like older and quite sluggish, but she can still shoot well, and Marcia isn't as old as I pictured Jackson, but I think if you like made her look quite ragged and sluggish as she's described as, she'd actually make a really good Jackson, and she has that quite a strong presence. And last of all, Deli. I don't know if Deli will be in the movie, but I would love to see her. I kind of feel like she won't because they kind of fucked us over when they didn't use Madge. But if Deli is in the film, I would love to see her played by Anna Sophia Robb, and she's actually who I would have loved to see play Madge, but seeing as we can't have Madge, I thought why not have her play Deli. And I just think she has that smile, that Deli smile that kind of brightens up the room, and she has that lovable personality, and she would play the role really well. So those are all the people I have for today. I suppose I should have done like Tigress, but I picked out all these cast members yesterday afternoon after work, and now I'm filming it, so it's kind of a rush, but I thought I'd get it out there and it was quite fun to do. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any requests, make sure you leave them below, and like tell me who you'd like to see in Mockingjay, because I love kind of fan casting things. That's really fun and quite a geeky thing to do, but it's great. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Happy Hunger Games! Hey guys, it's me again. So I was just about to edit my video and I remembered I was supposed to give a couple shout outs. So first shout out is to Jorge. He's a subscriber of mine and he wanted me to shout out his Tumblr, and I'll put his URL here. Second shout out is to Chloe, and she has recently started a Hunger Games YouTube channel as well, and her first video was the Hunger Games tag, so I will link that in the description below and put her channel name here, and you guys can go over and subscribe and tell her I sent you. Oh, what the fucking fuck? I find that would either... So for Cressida I picked... So for Cressida I picked... No, fuck. Jackson I picked...